Hi, it's Di here from Diane. How are we doing this week? And this week I'm going to show you this little project that I've made here. I did do some at Christmas, so they are great for a little something with a Christmas card. But these will be great for like nursing homes or school fetes, anything like that. They're just so cute. Or schoolmates to give to your children to give to their schoolmates. Or workmates, doesn't really matter which. I love this. It's just so easy. I'll show you the inside. It holds one of these mini contour chocolates. So it's just quite lovely, and it's lined on the inside as well, so that it just looks perfect. I love it. And it's really easy to do, and it's a great way of using up some of your smaller pieces of card, because it doesn't matter if the insides and the outside don't match, because you're making a little box. But if you buy them, I don't know about what any other country, but in Australia you get 5 of these in a pack for $2.99 from Aldi, and I just think they're just fantastic. I mean, that's pretty good value for money, I think. And so this is what we're going to be doing. I'm using an old celebration stamp set called Sending You Thoughts for this happy birthday. So this wasn't in this year's celebration in January. It was January the year before. But I just love that happy birthday, and it just looks right. I'm using a couple of old punches. This is a 1.5 inch circle punch and a 1 3/4 inch scallop punch. Now you don't have to use them. You can use whatever you like on the front. I'm using some cardstock that is actually a DSP that is going to retire in a few weeks' time. Well, it'll be retired by the time this goes live anyway. So this is what you're going to need. This is all you're going to need, really, is these 2 pieces of card and a bit of scrap for your front. So we need, for our main box, a piece that measures 5 by 5.5 and a DSP layer that measures 5 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then for our inner box, we need a piece that measures 5 3/8 by 3 1/8, and the inner layer, which will measure 5 5/16 by 3 1/16. Now the reason for that is so that only just fits inside there. So you'll need a piece of ribbon, and I've got a piece of this that was also has retired now, but it wasn't when I actually did the filming at the end of April. So, but this is a piece of ribbon that measures approximately 20 inches long. So, and then I've got a couple of scrap pieces of card for doing my punching out and stamping on, and I've still got some of these gold faceted gems, and I'm going to pop one of them on the front with that as well. So let me show you what you need to do, shall I? It's really easy. So we're going to bring in our main piece of card, and on the long side, which is the 5.5 inch side, we're going to score this at 2.5 and 3 inches. And we're going to bring in our piece of designer series paper, and we're going to score this at 2 3/8 and 2 7/8 of an inch. Now I forgot to bring my oh my goodness, I can't think what it's called, tear and tape over. So I'm just going to pop over to my other desk and pick that up. There we go, I'm back again already. So no wonder I missed it. I put it underneath something else. So that's our front, our box mat, and we're going to actually just round the corners on all 4 corners of both pieces, like so. Oops, get in there. So and then we're going to fold and burnish the score lines on all of them. that's that one done. And this is the other one done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this out straight again, and with the two score lines being horizontal, we're going to get some of our tear and tape. Now I've got the 1/2 inch, but it's whatever you've got, as long as you can pop it across the middle of your card. Gosh, it's really quite busy out there today. So I'm going to cut that off, not tear it off, but mainly because I want a nice straight edge across there. So I'm going to stick that down nice and tight and pull off the release tape off of the back like so, and I'm going to then measure my piece of ribbon so that it's halfway. And I'm going to, oh, I should have done that inside out, it would have been easier, wouldn't it? Because this ribbon has an inside and an outside. And then halfway into the middle of this, I'm going to pop that along that line like so. And then across the other side, so that our ribbon is now stuck down in the middle of our card. I'm then going to open my piece of designer series paper and glue this down to the inside of my card. I'm going to glue around the score lines on either side, making sure that I get right out to the edges, and then down the middle. I don't want it to actually be on the score line itself, as I find that it actually buckles a little bit. Now if you have a directional paper, this doesn't really matter as long as you have your direction down the short side. Now folding this, making sure you can see where the folds are on both of them, to make sure that they get into each other, and we're going to pop that onto the other side there with a nice border all the way around, and we're going to make sure that's down nice and tight, especially across your ribbon. So I like to give it a good going over each piece of the ribbon, and then I'm going to reinforce those score lines once more. And that's the outer part of our box done. That's really quick and easy, wasn't it? So while that's drying nicely, I'm going to pop something heavy on that around the ribbon end, because it's quite a thick ribbon. So I'll pop that over there. We're going to make our inner box. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard once again, and we're going to score both pieces at 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. Now that we've done that, we can move that scoreboard out of the way again, and we're going to just bring in our scissors. Well, actually, we're going to fold and burnish all our score lines first on all 4 sides of this piece. Now with your designer series paper, the side that you want showing, you need to put that up facing you and fold your score lines in towards that area. So that way your box lining will be the right way around. So now we're going to bring in our scissors, and at each score line we're going to cut up to the other score line there, and we're going to notch them in. And we're going to do that on all 4 sides of both pieces of card. Now this is going to be a very snug fit inside, which is good. So And we're going to do the same on this piece. We're going to fold them up and we're going to notch them in. Okay, so that's all our cutting there done. Let's move all my bits out of the way, and then we glue our box together. Now we glue our main box together as we would normally. So we bring in our tabs and we pop some glue on our tabs and just bring them over, making sure that they stick together really, really nicely. Like so. So once we've got all 4 of those done, we can now pop that on one side to finish drying off. With our liner, what we want to do is we actually want to put our tabs on the outside. So we're going to pop our glue on the inside of the tab here and bring it around on the outside, so that they don't show on the inside of the card there. So we're going to do that on all 4 sides, making sure they all come out to the outside like so. Okay, once that is done, we can now pop glue around the edge on all 4 sides. Around the edges on all 4 sides like so. And just a small amount down the middle so that it holds it in place. And we're going to very carefully pop this inside. Now it's going to be a snug fit, but that's what we want. We want it to be nice and snug, so let's bring in our bone folder and make sure it sticks down nice and neatly. And it will, it's just a snug fit. And down the middle. Okay, so that's nice and neat in there. Let's bring in our outside piece. Now this is where, if you have a directional paper, you need to make sure that your directions is facing the right way. We're going to now open our card box and we're going to pop some glue onto the back of this like so. And we're going to just now onto the when it's open on the right hand side, we're going to making sure that it doesn't go past that first score line there. We're going to bring this in and pop it up against that score line so that it sits there nice and neatly, and push it down nice and tightly. And we can pop our chocolate in there now, which will fit in there just perfectly. And we can fold this over and tie it off into a bow. Whoops. This is not actually bow tying ribbon, but it's the end of my ribbon and I'm going to use it up. As I have said, this year is I'm buying it, I'm using it year. Okay, so now we've got our 2 pieces of card. Now I had a piece that I used when I did my other project with the semicircle, which was last week or the week before, I can't remember. And we're going to just stamp our happy birthday in memento onto that. excuse me. And we're going to just pop this into my 1.5 inch circle punch, or if you don't have punches, you can use your layering circles. And if you don't have scallop ones, because these are now no longer available through Stampin' Up, but you can buy them anywhere you can buy craft products from. So we're going to now glue that onto our scallop circle like so. Pop the pin in my glue again, and using a dimension or a foam pad in this case, because I still haven't ordered any as yet. I'm waiting for May to arrive for me, because I'm actually doing this a bit ahead of time because I'm going away, and then I'm going to do my order so I can order plenty of stuff from the new catalogue. Okay, I'm going to pop one of them gems just on there like that, and that's our project. Now that was very quick and easy. As I say, there's the other one that I made, and it could be, you could do this for a man, a woman, Christmas, Easter, get well, anything you like. It just goes really well, and I just think that they are just so good. You know, if you were doing a school fete, you could make a heap of these and sell them. They would just be perfect little gifts for somebody. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you would like the written tutorial for this, please head over to my Facebook group called Stand for Stamping, Crafting and Tutorials. You'll find the link down below. If you've liked this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Good or bad, I like to hear, because how am I going to make things better if I don't know how you feel? And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any other of my projects. Okay? And I will see you again next week. Bye for now.